So, the bad news is that's terrible. Okay, but the good news is we're going to make it much, much better. Okay, it's not terrible. Short page. Okay, you go on back to the same position. Now, what we got a lot there though, okay, is when we end up stretched out like this, okay, there was a lot of pulling, there's a lot of pushing and stacking, there's the occasional move to the side, and if you're really lucky, it's mind blowing, someone might do a back step. Okay, and that's about the extent of our movement from there. Okay, so I'm going to review for a second. Now, you'll have all seen this kind of familiar hip work drill. So everyone's seen the Hickson video of this. Be on the beach, looking tanned and very nice. Okay, and doing this drill. Okay, did anyone do anything like this during that round when they were on top? Okay, so the common misconception is that hip work, if you like, or hip movement, is only for the bottom position. So people will use, the extent of most people's hip mobility when they're doing this kind of drill is when they're on the bottom and they're in butterfly guard, they'll do something like this. So I'll move the legs around a little bit to try and come up. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to use this same hip mobility to be able to pass the guard. Okay. So just first of all, see if you can do this. If everyone can find a bit of space, okay, where you can do this drill, just to make sure everyone's got this, I'm just going to talk you through for a second. So just come in a bit closer if you're close, okay? Spread out a bit, okay? We're going to use 2 feet in front of each other. Okay, up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back one heel towards my butt, okay? And very importantly with this, okay, I'm going to lean over towards one side, okay? What you notice is this leg starts to become heavy, this one starts to become light, and as I lean over, this one's very light, and I've got very good mobility in that leg now to be able to move it. Okay, so when I put it back and put it forwards, and then as I lean towards the centre, both can come up the centre. As I lean towards this side, this one is now light and this one is heavy. Okay, so everyone can do this. Okay, everyone should be able to do this. It should be a fairly easy process to go through after a minute or so of doing this. Okay, key factors are that you lean into one leg to make it heavy and lighten the other leg. Okay, so now I've got hip mobility, hip movement, and good weight distribution. So these two things, okay, I'm going to have hip movement and lightening the leg are going to be key to sorting myself out in this problem. Okay, so Sean, can I use you please? So now we'll do a few situations where I stretched out. I think the traditional way of feet on the hips, okay, and grips on the upper body in the gi is one of the most difficult to deal with if they pull guard here. Okay. Now, from this situation, and quite rightly, people will be trying to get a grip of this, trying to push this off, trying to shove this down. Occasionally, you get people trying to go here, maybe trying to knee slice through. What I'm going to do is, here I feel a lot of tension. What's happening is, Sean is effectively deadlifting, okay, off me. So imagine that my hip was the ground, my arm is a bar, and he's deadlifting, okay, with all his might now, me. And this is tiring. Just being here is quite tiring, okay, I have to feel that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this leg towards me and I'm just going to sit down on my back leg. Okay? What happens when I do this is the same way in that hip mobility drill, I'm making this leg heavy. Now my body weight is hanging towards this quadrant. Okay? So I'm not using any muscle anymore, I'm just hanging towards this back leg. Okay? So now when he's now deadlifting instead of my arm, he has to deadlift my body weight. Okay? Here, he's deadlifting my arm and it's exhausting to pull it back. He's deadlifting my neck and it's exhausting to pull it back. When I sit back to this quadrant, he's now deadlifting my whole body weight. So when he's trying to stretch me out, this is much, much easier for me. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is just to make this a bit harder. We can have this on the inside so I can't get my knee connected to them. Okay? So this becomes much more difficult, but I'm going to do the same thing. I sit underneath and I go here. Okay? All I'm going to do then is, because this leg is heavy, this one is light. I want to start with this on the outside, but this can now move freely, and I just bring it back to the inside of my knee. Okay? So now I've sorted out my problem. So I'm here, I'm stretched out, I can't get my knee to my elbow. Okay? Whether I hold or not is not irrelevant, but it's difficult. Just grab any way you can, don't worry about the grip. This leg comes underneath, and I want to feel like I'm sat in that drill. Okay, I'm going to take this hand away from it. Okay? This leg's on the outside, but it's nice and light. I'm just going to bring it inside of my elbow and push it out against my elbow. Okay, I'm just going to get to here. So we're stretched out, that leg comes in, I'm in my sit position. Okay, if your leg's out, this one's nice and light, this one's a heavy one, just really pull me in, Sean. Okay, it's just my body weight now he's pulling on. Now, this knee comes up the middle and goes to here. Okay, then this hand, basic Gracie get up, and I'm back towards a combat base with my knee inside. Does that make sense for everyone? Can we do 2 for 2 on that? Okay, let's go.